up, besties? It is your host, Zoe, and I am back with another motherfucking video on the Did I Overshare Podcast today. Happy Friday. Happy to be talking to you guys today. I hope all is well. I hope summer has started gracefully for you guys, if you guys are in summer yet. If not, well, just hold on a little longer. I have no business to catch up to. You guys already know I'm thankful for you. That's really all I have to say. And today's episode is why being in a healthy relationship is hard, or it seems hard to the naked eye, in my opinion. I think there are many, many, many reasons why healthy relationships are hard. Especially if you came from a not so healthy environment before that. Like, let's say you had an extremely toxic relationship before that. Oh, wait, I do want to say, I might sound like fugly right now because my fucking best friend got me like, I feel like I'm getting sick because she's sick as fuck. That fuck face. I really hope I'm not, and I'm just a little tickle wickle. That's it. But yeah, I think I'm getting sick. Okay. Oh, that's so annoying. Next, I think a big reason why it's hard is because you have to communicate in a relationship, and communication, and I think is one of the hardest things across relationships of any form, friendships, like, family, like all that. I think communicating is really hard for some people. But a little introduction, if you don't know, I have been in a relationship for 6 years with my boyfriend currently. We have been together since like end of 7th, beginning of 8th grade. We met one time before that, and I had talked about that in my like depression episode, but I had deleted that because I just felt like it wasn't time. But we had met then, and we didn't really know we met each other, and then like a month or two later, we ended up meeting again, and this time it was, serious. So, y'all know meant to be or whatever. But I can honestly say that is my best friend. I currently do live with him. We are both 19, about to be 20 this year. It might seem like fast for some people, but like I said, we have been together for 6 years, and we're very like, we think very outside of the box, in my opinion. Like, we don't just rush into shit. Like, we're very mature on that. We both are very good at that. So yeah, we're here. It's been great living with him. Honestly, it's been the same before. Like, I was with this man every day. Mind you, we never had like a sleepover, but that's the only thing we didn't have. But we were with each other every day. Like, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. I love it. I mean, he's just a man. It's the only thing I can say. But I know a little bit about a relationship or something. And I've had relationships before him, like since we did meet so young, but I definitely had relationships before him. None of which felt like relationships. I mean, some did, but I feel like being in like one like this, you're like, what the fuck? What the fuck is grown people shit? What the fuck? So yeah, and I think the biggest thing I've like dealt with in our relationship was like feeling like I'm missing out or getting bored. So feeling like I was missing out is a big one, especially being in a young relationship or any relationship at all. You tend to have like friends and family and stuff tell you you're not doing enough. You should be living your life. You should, be exploring multiple different partners. You should be partying, doing all that, which I feel like it's so demeaning and toxic to somebody who's genuinely happy for the first time, because it's like, the fuck do you mean I need to be doing more when I'm actually happy for once? And I think it's just something society has trained themselves into thinking, because you don't need to have multiple partners to be happy, or you don't need to explore. You can, and that's perfectly fine. You have the ability to do that, and that's great. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. You're not missing out on anything. I feel like you don't get the chance in life to experience love wholeheartedly and good love a lot of the times. So when you do, you need to experience it and live it. And society has a very negative outlook on that. And I think the people you like who tend to say you're not living your life are people who've had fucked up relationships their whole goddamn life. So what I always say is, don't take advice from somebody you don't want to be like. Because why? Why would I want to be like that? Which I do think it's important to still live your life. You need to have a life outside of a relationship, but you don't need to live it how society tells you to live it. If you want to, okay, cool, fine. That's great. But you don't have to. And I think that puts such a big stressor on relationships nowadays. They're just like, okay, well, I'm not doing enough. Our relationship isn't what it's supposed to be. And then you have social media as well, and you're watching a whole bunch of other couples on the internet, and he's doing this, he's doing that. And now you're feeling like your relationship is lacking or your partner's not doing enough for you. And I think firsthand, I have felt that when, like, I used to get really absorbed in social media, and I'd like watch a whole bunch of men, like right now, like I would watch a whole bunch of men bringing their girlfriend flowers or doing that, and Michi wasn't doing it. But that's also one of those things you have to communicate that your significant other cannot read your mind first. Love comes in many different forms, so they could be loving you in a way they are feeling like they're giving you all, but you don't feel it. So you need to communicate that, and they need to communicate that as well. But like in a time right now, he's been unemployed for like 5 months already because he had knee surgery and he hasn't been cleared yet. So it's like at this time, do you know how unfair it would be to be like, oh, he's not getting me flowers, he's not taking me on dates? He can't. But that's the thing about being in a healthy relationship. Shit comes like that. And if they're still loving you with their all and they're loving you in the ways you need to be loved, wholeheartedly, gently, everything, it does not matter if you get flowers or not. Buy yourself flowers. But if you guys are in a healthy, relationship and he does get good money, he does do this, communicate that. Granted, I know it's nice we want people to do this stuff for ourselves, but I feel like that it creates such a toxic trend in a relationship because we just expect people to do things, and when they don't, we're disappointed. But they never even knew we wanted it, you know? Because like a man's For You page is not ours. Granted, you want to like a little surprise. I understand that, and sometimes you do get a little surprise. But I think if you truly are missing something and you're not feeling seen or not feeling heard, you need to communicate that in a way that is beneficial to you and your partner. Like this is, hold on, where is it at? So the difference in growing up with me and Michi, and I think this was our biggest obstacle, like throughout our relationships, is he grew up in a home that wasn't that affectionate. Meanwhile, I did. Like his parents, yeah, they've been married for like 35 plus years. He has a whole bunch of family and shit like that. But they weren't the kissy, huggy type, They just loved. Rather than my mom, yeah, she wasn't like, married for 35 years, but every boyfriend she had, every friend she had, and even with us, she was affectionate all the time. She was kissing, she was hugging, she was doing all that. So it's like that's how I was shown love. We take in the love we seen as a child, and we feel like we deserve that, And I think that's where a lot of toxic relationships come through as well. Because like, let's say we watched our parents in an abusive relationship, our father was a drunk, or our mom drank or did drugs, or just a lot was going on in the house. When you grow up, you tend to think you deserve that love, and that's the kind of love you'll get. You literally have to break that cycle from your head, or you're just going to keep repeating it, keep going on, keep thinking it's normal. Domestic abuse is not normal. Unhealthy relationships are more normal, but abusive ones are not normal. Emotionally damaging ones are not normal. That should not be a normal for you, and it should not be a normal for anyone. So please, please, please know you deserve actual love in life. And once you have it, even if you don't feel like this relationship will last 5 years, let yourself feel it for a month. Just let yourself feel it for a month. So back to that. Me and Michi, I think that was a big part, like, in our relationship where we had to communicate or something was going to go awry. Because I'm like, babe, I need to feel loved. I'm not feeling love. I need you to randomly kiss me and want to hug me. And, I just want to feel that love in that way. And he, mind you, he didn't grow up like that. So I had to communicate that because he thought he was doing everything he could to make me feel good and, make me feel loved when I didn't feel that. So that was on me to communicate that. But vice versa, he also felt like, well, I do want to watch more movies. I do want to do this. I want to do that. Because he's more of like, because you really have to navigate each other's love languages. Because I think even in friendships, in any relationship, it's so important to know your partner or your friend's love language. Because then you can love them how they need to be loved and vice versa. Like, I wouldn't say, like, my main love language, I'd say, is gift giving. But I'm like, because I just like doing what I want to do in the moment. So it's like for him, it gets a little hard because he's like, I want to watch a movie. But 4 days in a row, I've said, no, I don't want to watch a movie. I don't want to just sit there and watch a movie. And I think that's something where sometimes I'll be like, okay, well, I have to watch a movie because this is what he wants to do. And I have nothing against the movie. I think I'm just the person, if I'm not up to it, I'm not. I don't want to do it, you know? And like his love language is quality time and physical touch and shit. He's always wanted me to scratch his back or do that shit and shit like that. Me, I think I have all love languages. It's just at random different times, which is very hard to navigate. But I do know gift giving is my number one. That's how I show my love to people. I listen to the little shit you say and buy it for you. Or like, I was surprised you with something I think you'll like because I seen it at the store. That's how I think. And I think I want people like this is also something we had to navigate. Like when I would give him gifts and he didn't seem happy enough when I gave them to him. Now I'm pissed off. So I'm like, okay, well I thought it was gonna make you shit, scream, giggle, and lose your shit, but it didn't. It didn't. You smiled, which is great, but like now I'm overthinking it and I'm just like, what the fuck? But that was on me because he doesn't show all that emotion and he hasn't in 6 years. Like he'll show himself. He's extremely grateful and all that shit. But I think just the person I am, I need you to be equally as excited as I am to give it to you, which a lot of people in life have never been. So I think that's something I've had to learn in our relationship going forward to make it healthier for both of us and not bring those toxic parts on us per se. And he's had to learn, like, how to be patient with me and love me how I feel like I need to be loved because, I do go through different hormonal balances every single day. My birth control fucks with it. When I'm not on my birth control, it fucks with it. When I'm on my period, it fucks with it. So it's like every single day, it's something new he has to learn or something new he has to kind of feel how I want to be loved today, which is extremely hard, but we're still getting better at it. I don't think it's ever been like a huge problem with us, but it's something we're getting better with every day. And I think a big emphasis on like healthy relationships is there is no rush with anything in your life. Life for everybody is not linear. Relationships are not linear. And other people's experiences are different than yours. Just because like I keep seeing the debate on TikTok right now on like Instagram and stuff like, "Oh, it's weird being 21 because some of my friends are getting married, some are out partying every night, some still live with their parents, some still do this, some still do that." Okay, and what about it? Everybody's journey is linear. You're not less because you're not getting married and having kids right now. You're not more because you are going out and partying and, not giving up your life. People have so much judgment on other people's life. Like, they think you're moving too fast. They think you're too grown. They think you're ruining your life because you want kids and, to settle down right now. Your life is not mine. So please, if you are those people who have that judgment on other people, please, babe, just mind your business and live your life. Because I promise you, once you focus on your love life and how you feel, you will be happiest. Because that is what those people are doing. They are chasing something they feel closest to and feel happiest with. So if it is 4 kids at the age of 24, so be it. As long as all those kids are fed, healthy, and she's happy, so what? It doesn't matter if your journeys are the same. But so what if you're 24, you want no kids, and you don't want to get married, and you just want to travel and live your life? So fucking what? Those people who are then married cannot have that judgment on you, and it should not be vice versa. So please just mind your business. Everybody mind your business. I mean, I know we're all hater, we all got it in us, but share it to the one person. Don't be out here vocalizing on other people's happiness in life, because now they're questioning, well, damn, should I be happy? Should I be doing everything I want to do? Because I feel like I'm in the right spot, but people are telling me I'm not. And a big thing is a healthy relationship after a bad one and or toxic one seems impossible a lot of the times because you tend to put up a guard that allowed you to survive in that healthy relationship. So like whether it be like lying or hiding something so they wouldn't yell at you, so you wouldn't get hurt or something like that. It seems impossible when you're in a healthy relationship after that because there's no chaos. So it's like you're feeling bored all of a sudden because there is no chaos. And I think for me, that was a big struggle because my whole life has been chaos. There's always been something going on. So when we were in that healthy relationship, and it'd be like a month where we're all just chilling, we haven't argued, we haven't done anything. I feel like our relationship is lacking passion. It's lacking something. Like I'm missing out. When reality is, I really had to teach myself I'm not. I'm just happy. Happy comes with quiet times. Happy comes with boredom. But that's good. I'd rather be bored than living on the edge and living in chaos and messiness every single day. But we love adrenaline. We love a rush. Or sometimes, a lot of times, I think we're just used to it for so long. But it feels like you don't deserve the love when you enter a healthy relationship after a bad one. Like, there's a lot of things I think your past relationships, like, they play a key role when you're entering a healthy relationship because, like, the things I had to get over, I think in every relationship, I've had like 4 or 5 relationships before meeting. Everyone I've been left for another girl. Mind you, they all split the block. But I have always been left for another girl. And that was something I think to this day, I still think about. Do I think he will up and leave me? No, Michi's not the type. If he does not want to be here, he's going to be 100% honest, which that honesty really be getting me. And he'll just leave. So I know that for me, but I think in the back of my head, I still conditioned myself to be like, okay, well, there might be another girl. Not like actively, but like I'm probably gonna get left for another girl. And that was something I really had to snap out of because I'm constantly thinking that because that's something that's happened to me forever. I've always been left in a relationship. I've never did the leaving. Besides one time, I didn't leave. I just kind of convinced the leaving to happen, if that makes sense. But like it's always been something. So I think I carried that with me. And another hard thing was I'm not a communicator. I've never have been. I've always been an overly sensitive person, so I will tend not to say my emotions, so I'm not getting yelled at, I'm not in trouble, I don't feel bad. Like, I don't want to feel that. So I tend not to communicate. And that's something that's really you need to do in a healthy relationship. And I think in all my relationships before, I never had to communicate. I just kind of let things happen or there was just no communication in a relationship. Like, shit just happened. Like, so what? Or, like, I didn't even know them that well for, me to be all up in their business or, finding shit out. Like, it was that. So when I'm in this relationship and I feel uncomfortable, he would force me to sit here and tell him how I'm feeling. Or, we would have to argue about this. It's better that we argue about it than rather our feelings not be heard. And we're just pissed off at each other and hate each other. And that communication is such a hard thing to learn after not communicating your whole life. And I think people don't seem to understand that. It is so fucking hard. Like, communication, I think, is still one of our biggest problems today. Mind you, we fuss every goddamn day. Like, we're 90, we fuss every day, but we only have, like, really bad arguments, like, once every 3 months or some shit. And then we communicate the next day because honestly I don't believe in that. Don't go to bed mad at each other. Bitch, I'm gonna go the fuck to bed mad at you. We will talk about it tomorrow because I'm pissed the fuck off. You're pissed the fuck off. Let me sleep on it because what I'm about to say right now is not how I'm actually feeling and I'm gonna be mean. So I will wait till tomorrow when I've had time to think about it, think about what I've done wrong, what you've done wrong, what I think we need to work on, and then we'll do it. But I think that benefits our relationship. Do I think it might help you? No, everybody's relationship is different. And if you need to talk about it before you go to bed, do it. For me, I just need to sit on it because I really get I really turn into a bitch when I'm mad. Like, I just get so blindsided. So, yeah. It just, sometimes when you're coming from a toxic relationship, it feels like you don't deserve the love you are receiving from someone. And I think that's why a lot of the times that first healthy relationship after that toxic one usually ends very quickly. Because the person who has dealt with the toxicness and all that shit does not know how to love. They don't know how to receive love or, deal with it or navigate it or even, they don't know how to be healthy. They don't think anything's going right. It's too boring. It's not working because they're not used to that, And that's something I think Michi had to learn as well, like not to put his business out there and stuff, but he's went through a lot in his relationships in the past. And he had to communicate that to me and do something like that. There's certain shit he will never do because he just doesn't want to find out the motherfucking answer, or like, I don't know. There's just conversations we have to have because both of us come from such a different background. But healthy relationships look different for everyone. And what I mean by this, if someone seen me and Michi out in public, they would think we were batshit crazy. Because we are not. And I think that used to bother me a lot because you would see on social media and you would see all these healthy relationships and they're just holding hands, they're doing that. Like, me and Michi are like Bitch, get the fuck out of my way in public. Like, that's us. But our love is so deep for each other. We love each other so much. And I think we showed that love in public. Like, we don't really do PDA, but we're very affectionate with each other. And you can see that we love each other and we're best friends. But I think since we are best friends, a lot of people will look at us and be like, fuck. Like, somebody asked, and then, like, a lot of people in high school thought we were cousins or, like, some weird shit. Nigga, why? I'm fucking up every night. What do you mean, cousins? I was like, do I give cousin? Like, come on, do I give cousin? Please be so real with me right now. Do I give cousin? Because I don't. But then I see the way we act, and we act like fucking best friends in public, which is great to be a best friend with your partner. I think I was just so insecure because we didn't have that, like, oh my gosh, we're so in love on social media. We're always kissing, loving, doing all that. No, I'm like, bitch, get off of me. Like, stop touching me. Or, like, we're play fighting. Or, you know, just doing shit. So it was like, we're very playful with each other. We very much let our inner child come out. But we still love. But I think we're just, I'm a big cusser. I cuss every sentence I fucking speak. Like, every time I talk, I cuss. Unless I'm at, like, work or some shit. And I'm not, like, in a, like, very vulgar way. Which, I mean, I guess cussing is vulgar. Anyway. But that's just me. So it would be different, like, when we're talking, because he doesn't, like, he'll be like, fuck out of here, or, you know, just something like that. But, like, if I hear him cuss, I'm like, what the fuck are you cussing me out for? Now I'm getting defensive, and he's like, you cuss at me every day, and I'm like, that's just the way I talk. You don't talk like that. So I think it's very much that. I'm very much a fireball, and he's not, like, fire sign, you know. What is he, a water, earth? He's a Libra, that's whatever the fuck that is. And so I think he's water. We're sorry. But I think I'm very much like a fireball, and I have a lot of energy. And he's a very mellow person. Like, Meech is the type. Everybody thought like he was just an asshole. Like, he was mean as fuck. Like, people didn't speak to him, didn't do all this shit. Like, he was just quiet, nonchalant. That nigga don't shut the fuck up. But if you see me and Meech next to each other, you're like, what the fuck? Because this yapper McGee don't shut the fuck up. She's always doing something. She's loud as fuck, going on about her day, yapping his ear off. And he's just sitting here like, okay. Alright. And like, when you would come around my family or come around friends, they're like, he's just quiet. That's Meech. He's quiet. Demetrius Deshaun motherfucking Vance don't shut the fuck up. He's a yapper. But he's comfortable around me. And he talks to people. That's why I used to get so confused. I'm like, damn, like, what? Like, what is our relationship? But he does talk to people when they talk to him. He's just not me. And I had to learn that because I'm like, why aren't you excited that we're doing this? Why aren't you excited that we're going out? He is excited. He's just not me on crack at 10 a.m. all amped up. No, two different things. And I had to learn that. I had to learn that he didn't hate what we were doing. He didn't want to hang out with me. He didn't want to do this. He just showed it in a different way. Which is something you have to learn because everybody is different. Everybody loves different. Everybody experiences life different. Everybody goes through different things. I'm sorry, my bracelet keeps hitting shit. But I'm really just trying to figure shit out. But I think a big thing, okay, first of all, soulmates aren't found. They are made, period. Mine was both. But I feel like a big thing in a relationship is having to set boundaries. And sometimes it's hard because you never used to do that with family, friends, and each other. You need to set those boundaries within your family. And I think I have a big stance on that. Like, I feel like once we've been together for so long and once you plan on, you know, marrying me and having, that becomes our family. I don't understand when people stay in relationships, but like, oh, like the mom-in-law hates the girlfriend and she just runs over them. I wish the fuck disrespect would be in our relationship in any form, with a friend or anything. Because there's only been one time I had a bitch try to bring up that nigga's name. And I was like, I shut that shit down. Because if you are in a relationship with someone, you defend them no matter what. Even if they are wrong as fuck, you always defend them. And then you go back and you're like, all right, you were wrong as fuck. And I'm going to let you know that was fucked up. Don't do it again. And don't make me look stupid. But you don't embarrass your partner. Now, if it's like 2 months in and like, okay, that's different. Okay, but I feel like after a year, like, come on, set some boundaries because you're not about to make the other person feel unwanted. And we had that big problem, like, between our families. You'd be like, well, you need to communicate with my family. And I'm like, oh, hey, every time I see him, greet him. But it wouldn't be like that with mine because mine didn't greet him. They didn't treat him like it, you know, like he was my boyfriend. He was someone I loved. They didn't treat him like that. And I think now I got older, I was like, okay, I don't know why I was so hard on you when grown ass adults weren't even treating you like a person. I'm not mad at you for that. I used to be. I used to want that relationship to be there, but it won't be. It's not. And that's fine. That's fine. Haters gonna hate. So yeah. There's just a lot of things you have to talk about in order to have a healthy relationship. You have to talk within yourself, how you feel. You need to communicate that with yourself if this is right for you. And even if you feel like it's not for like, because I feel like this is a woman thing, but like there'll be periods where like a month we're like, why the fuck am I with him? I think I don't like him. Like, I don't think, babe, that goes away. I promise, you're just having a phase. You have to be able to talk about sex comfortably, what you like, what you don't like. You have to be able to explore. Other people's preferences are different. You learn, you live, you grow, especially at a young couple. But sex, you always need to talk about that. You need to talk about your body and how you guys feel comfortable. What jokes should be made? What jokes really make you feel uncomfortable? Happiness and so much more will seem impossible if you don't communicate. So yeah, you just need to have a life outside of your partner. You need to have friends. You need to have alone time. You need to have your own hobbies. You do not need to get all consumed within one person. You will lose your shit, and when you're forced to be put in independent situations, you won't know how to fucking live because you've just been dependent your whole goddamn life. And that was a problem we had, especially like during quarantine and stuff. We used to just be on each other every single day. But like I said, I'm more of an outgoing person, so I would have hobbies. I would go with my friends, and he'd be chilling. So it'd be different things. You cannot live a codependent relationship your whole life. You have to be independent sometimes, especially if you're taking this into adulthood, especially if you want this relationship to grow. You need to learn how to have your own life and have your own fun without your partner. Because if there comes a day where you're not, you need to learn how to live. Like, you really do. And that sucks. And do I ever think me and Michi will split? No. But if it did, you need to know you would be okay. I mean, you wouldn't be okay per se, but that you would be able to live and know how to live as a human, as an adult. You need to know that. And last thing before I end today's episode, your partner cannot read your mind. I already spoke about this, but you need to remember your partner cannot read your mind. The biggest thing on why healthy relationships are so hard is because you need to communicate, you need to grow, and you need to have that within you. So please, if you feel some type of way today, if a person loves you, they will hear you out. They will hear you out and will let you explain. Even if they don't understand at first, even if they're bitchy at first, a person who loves you will always cater to what makes you happy. I love you, and I hope you took something from this episode. Yeah, I love you guys. Have a great day. Everything is in the description. Love you so much. Oh, bye, besties.